Hello, everyone, and an update on the Gregg plea deal hearing that was held a few days ago. I didn't feel like there was enough in it to do a full stream on it, so I'm just going to do a video where we get the result of the plea deal hearing. If you're not familiar with the case, it's at the time, 14-year-old girl who allegedly put 3 new holes in her mom's face, then contacts one of her friends saying something bad happened. Can you come over? The friends come over. She asks her, "Do you want to see an unalived person?" Shows her the mom. She also texts her stepdad, asks, "When will you be home?" When he enters the home, she puts a hole in the shoulder of him. Then she runs off. She has certain mental problems. We know that because we have heard about them changing her medication around the time of the incident. And as the first hearing we watched, they had tried to switch her medication at least twice in prison as well, because she has some diagnoses. This is the hearing where the state offered her a plea. So let's go and see what happened. And again, at the fear of be called names, who dresses like that as a 15-year-old girl? I don't think I have seen an outfit like that unless it was about some Catholic girls' school in the 50s. It's a really weird look. To me, it's kind of Children of the Corn like. I find it very very weird to dress up like that constantly.
All right, we're here by way of pretrial conference checklist, which means that the defendant has rejected any recommendation from the state. For the record, what was the last recommendation of the state of Mississippi?
Here, the state recommended 40 years in the custody of Mississippi Department of Corrections and agreed to not cross counts 2 and 3 of the indictment.
So 40 years was the plea deal, and then they wouldn't go on with charge 2 and 3.
Again, there were fines and no contact and things like that.
All right, Ms. Gregg, did you receive that recommendation of 40 years?
Yes, sir.
And it was your choice and your choice alone to reject that recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, if she proceeds to trial, count 1, what's the potential sentence?
Life.
If the jury fails to affix the sentence at life, what's the sentencing range?
20 years to 40 years.
All right, and count 2, what's the potential sentence?
Between 20 years and life.
All right. She's 14 years old, so if the jury fails to fix the punishment at life, she's facing 50 years.
Give or take, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. And in count 3, what's she facing?
Another 10 years.
Another 10 years. So the jury will either acquit you, or you'll be facing 2 life sentences, or this court can sentence you up to 93 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's your choice and your choice alone to proceed to trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
I see.
So she was offered a deal, 40 years in prison, which she turned down. And now she's facing a potential of 93 years or 2 life sentences. I don't know about you, but I think if I was in that situation, 14 years old, she is 15, I believe, you could be out at 55. You wouldn't be a mom. You wouldn't probably wouldn't get to do a lot of things that other people did, but you would get to see the sun again. We know when we watch all of these trials, going in there, throwing the dice with a jury, it's always at least I would say like 75% chance they will find you guilty, maybe even higher than that. We have watched multiple trials where I personally felt they were vindicated in their actions. I know a lot of people disagreed with me in the Black Swan case, the Benefield trial. I believed, because I believed her, I understand that she did act in self-defense. We had the case from the bar up in, was it New Hampshire or Massachusetts, where the guy get punched and they continuously engaged with him. I believed he being mocked by 3 guys again was vindicated. Both of them ended up getting sentenced guilty. I don't trust the jury. Let me just say it in that way. DV defenses, self-defense cases often has one big problem. You are the one breathing. The other side can't talk. So most of the time, those cases, I feel you're throwing the dice, but it's loaded dice. I don't know if me personally, I had been there, I would probably have taken that plea deal. But we also know this judge isn't a fan of the defense, because the last hearing we saw, there was a lot of commotion about the defense not turning over psychological reports, having her evaluated by psychiatrists. The state raises that again, that they didn't provide that. So let's listen what he has to say about that one.
Do you still intend on trying to offer experts at this trial?
Here, we have an expert that's going to be doing an evaluation. We do not plan on contacting him.
All right. Well,
And Your Honor, just for the clarification, we're aware of the time constraints, and we know that we have to get our evaluation done. Our evaluation is happening on Thursday. And
actually, the reports were due a month ago, Mr. King. I signed an order more than a month ago. Now, I'm not going to, there's nothing in front of me to rule on at this time. There's nothing in front of me to rule on at this time. All right. Says that there's some pending motions, anticipated motions, suppress urine test, and both sides think it'd be 3 days for trial. Is that correct by the state?
Your Honor, I believe it'll take probably a little more than 3 days. But there are additional motions that the state intends to file, certainly some motions in limiting.
All right. Other defense?
Your Honor, I expect the trial itself to probably take 4 to 5 days.
All right. I'll remind both sides these jurors are getting paid a whopping $25 a day. So y'all drag this case out at your own peril. However, I'm going to give each side plenty of time to try your case. All right. All motions under Rule 16.
So, again, a friendly reminder from this judge, I don't take no BS. And I think that both sides should be very mindful of not wasting the jury's time. But the state thinks 3 days is enough for the entire trial. The defense says maybe 4 or 5 days. But they still doesn't even have a mental expert to help with the defense. And that's another thing where I'm thinking, is this girl walking in blind when she rejected this plea deal? Because what if the expert comes back and says, we can't really find anything wrong with her that could describe or excuse her actions? Then she's up a proverbial creek without a paddle. So I don't think she understands what it is she said no to. She stands to get 2 life sentences, 93 years in prison. She has to be 107 years old, 8 years old, to get to see the sun again. That's a lot different if she had taken the plea deal and maybe time served, 2/3, all of that. She could have been on parole maybe in 30 years. I don't know how the rules are in Mississippi, but would you have taken a plea deal for 40 years? Her defense seemed very unprepared for this trial. I kind of feel sorry for her, but again, with the evidence we have so far, with the premeditation, the stepdad survived. He's going to testify. The friend who came to the house probably is going to testify about how she showed her the unalived body. 3 new holes to the dome. I am pretty sure she just wasted a great opportunity to see the sun again. Because with my knowledge of jurors, they need to really pull a fast one on this one to get her off the hook. It seems highly unlikely, but we'll have to see. Case set to start September 16th, 17th. Hopefully the fire pit trial will be over so we can jump on to this one. But again, in my opinion, a big mistake saying no thank you.